Hi guys, I'm going to be doing a review today. I'm going to be talking about my 6 favorite either drugstore or affordable blushes. Most of them are under, $10, $12, so anyone can afford them, and I have 6 of them I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to start with probably the cream blushes. I have 3 cream blushes and 3 powder blushes I'm going to be talking with you about. This isn't in any specific order other than I'm kind of going to keep the colors in a specific order. But one of my favorite cream blushes is a Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush in Hot Tamale. And what I like about this blush is, as you can see, it looks really scary to just look at it. It's kind of a hot reddish pink, but I just take a little bit and really blend that out, you could just get a gorgeous, just kind of sheer corally hue. And trust me, when you apply this to your cheeks and blend it out, after you blend it out, you can't really even tell you're wearing blush, or like, it's not as scary as it looks. And I also like that it'll probably look good on most skin tones. If you're fair, just use a light hand. If you have darker skin tone, you can apply a little more and it'll really pop against your dark skin tone. And I just love the color it gives off. And I love how easy it is to use. Some of the other Dream Bouncy blushes, the thing I like about this one is it just gives your cheeks a pop of color, which I like. When I go for, like, say, a neutral look, I want a little more color on my cheeks just to give my face some warmth, so I choose something like this. And it's more pigmented, I'd say, than the other Maybelline Bouncy blushes, or at least a bright color. It appears more, shows up more. And I do like the texture. It's easy to blend. The thing I like about it is it looks more natural than a powder, but it is easier to blend than your typical cream blush, I find. I've had some cream blushes where they just kind of cling onto your skin, don't blend very nicely, and I really recommend this one. If you're afraid of going this bright, my second favorite is probably the Satin Peach shade, the Dream Bouncy Blush in Satin Peach, and Plum Wine. Those are also good ones. Some of the lighter ones are nice too, but they're a little more sheer, so they may not show up unless you're super fair. So that's that. Second cream blush I'm going to be talking about is by Bonnie Bell, and this one I hardly ever hear about, and that's why I wanted to talk about it a little bit. It's a Bonnie Bell Blend and Glow Blush and Glow in Petal Pink, and it's kind of a stick formula. It has more of a gel consistency to it than a cream, but it's really easy to blend out. This one's just a gorgeous kind of hot pink shade. But if I just use, and it's a little more pigmented than the Hot Tamale, but if you use it sparingly, you can get a really pretty look with this. It was very cheap. I think this was like $4 Canadian, $5 maybe. So probably cheaper American, and works really well, lasts a long time. It's matte. Both of these shades, by the way, are matte. They don't have any shimmer to them. So if you're a fan of matte blushes, like I am, you might want to consider that. And the packaging's cute. I just really like this. I like that it's so affordable and the quality is really good. Last cream blush I'm going to be talking about is from a brand called Joe Fresh, and I'm not sure if this is only available in Canada, but I heard it may come to the US at some point in time. I'm sure you can buy it online if it's not. And it's another cream blush, and it's by the colors in Apricot, and it's a really pretty, it's an apricot kind of peach color. I have a hard time telling the difference between like peach and apricot and coral and all those shades, but it blends nicely. It's matte, which I really like. Even though it's very matte. It still has a little tiny bit of a sheen to it to give you a healthy look. I really like the color. I like the packaging. I think the packaging is very sturdy. I feel this will never break. The little lid will never break. And I really love this blush. Next, I'm going to be moving on to my powder blushes, and I'm going to talk about the most scary shade I'm going to be reviewing first. It's the Maybelline blush, and it's in Ravaging Rouge. I believe this was a limited edition, which I regret talking about because you may not be able to find it anymore. But seriously, this is one of my favorites. If you can get your hands on this, I'd highly suggest it, and the shade is beautiful. But this, whoa. See, I just accidentally swatched that, and look how pigmented that gorgeous wine shade is. If you had a dark skin tone, I think this would just be exquisite on you. If you can find any shades similar to this, let me know. I asked the lady at the drugstore, and she said she didn't know of any. And what I do when I wear this blush is I take a little bit on a bigger fluffy brush, so not my average blush brush, but something a little bit bigger, tap off the excess, and then rub it on the back of my hand and take most of it off. So I just get, when I apply it, there's just the tiniest, sheer hint of red. It is just so beautiful. And I've also worn this as an eyeshadow as well. Just a bit of burgundy. I do like playing with a bit of burgundy shadow in my crease. And it's nice and pigmented. You can multitask with it. It's just a very gorgeous blush, and it's also very long wearing. All the blushes I'm talking about have a relatively good lasting power. Next, I'm going to be talking about a blush that you may have a hard time finding if you live in Canada, like me. I actually went to the US, and they sell Milani all over in the US. They don't sell it in Canada, which is unfortunate, but it's so gorgeous. It's a baked blush, and it's in Coralina. It's like so beautiful. It has some gold shimmer. If I show you, like with baked, I don't know exactly what baked means. If they actually bake it in the factory, I don't really think so, but it just kind of means colors swirled together, kind of a domed top, kind of a hard consistency, so you're not going to get too much with this blush, which is what I like. And it's such a beautiful color. Like, there's some gold, some coral, some pink. Oh, and it just gives your face just the gorgeous coral sheen. This is probably my favorite out of all the blushes, even though I said they're in no specific order. And that's that. If you're afraid of wearing shimmer on your cheeks, that's one thing about this blush, but it's just a beautiful shimmer. I really like the shimmer in here. It doesn't look like cheap glitter. It just gives you a gorgeous, gorgeous natural glow. It looks great if you have red hair and fair skin like me. I also think coral is a great color for darker skin. I think everybody really can pull off this blush. And this was about maybe $12 American. So next, I'm going to be talking about a blush that you should be able to find at Walmart. I got mine at Walmart. I don't know where else you can get it, but it's by Hard Candy, and it's in Living Doll. And it actually reminds me a little bit of the Milani blush, but a totally different color, like the texture and stuff. It's a little less shimmery. It's a beautiful, kind of lilac-y pink with some gold, or I don't know what color you would call that, put throughout. But the shimmer is so subtle, really. It's more like a pearlescent finish. And I didn't think this color was going to look very good on me, because I look better in more warmer shades of blush. But no, it was just beautiful. I like pairing with this with just, a neutral eye. It just kind of gives a interesting pop of color. It looks great on its own with, no other makeup. Really brightens up your skin tone. It was long wearing. I believe both this and the Coralina, you'll be able to get a lot of wear out of them, so I really like that. This was about $7-8 Canadian at Walmart, so a little bit cheaper than the Milani. And Hard Candy's a really good brand in my opinion. So that was my favorite drugstore blushes. Please leave in the comments below, you know, what are your favorite drugstore blushes, or what are your favorite blushes in general. And leave any comments, suggestions. If you have any recommendations about blushes you would try, I'd like to hear about it so I could try them as well. And I'm going to get back to you with some more videos pretty soon.